Good afternoon, students. Through this video, I'm going to teach you the another book of your economics, that is Statistics for Economics. In this the chapter that I am going to teach you, that is Economics and Introduction. So before starting the chapter, I'm going to make you understand about this. I'm going to give some introduction of this chapter. Economics, it is not a new subject and it's not very old. As you know, the science of economics is not very old. It has been started from 1776 when Adam Smith, he has introduced his book that an inquiry into the nature and the cause of wealth of nation. It was published in 1776. The meaning of word economics, the word economics, it's mean household management, to manage the household things, that is to be considered as economy. It is also used to be called as political economy. Clear? As you know, the subject economics is not very old, so there is no harmony on it in its definition. Different economists have their different view, have defined in a different way, which cause lot of disputes and misconceptions. Various definition of this economics is developed during the course of history, and it is to be categorized or broadly divided into 4 parts that I am going to make you understand one by one. First definition, that is wealth definition. This definition is to be given by economist, that is Adam Smith. He has given this Smith. He has given this definition. According to him, economics is the science of wealth. Science of wealth. He has defined that it is the science of wealth. In the ordinary language, wealth means money. But if I am talking about in economics terms, this wealth has a special meaning, and according to Adam Smith, economics, wealth means those goods which satisfy the human wants are to be considered as wealth. So in that, Smith, he is in view that economics is concerned with the problem which is arising from wealth getting and wealth using activity of people. He was also interested to study the way by which these wealth of all the nation could be increased. That is clear? Is it clear to everyone? Next definition, that is welfare definition. And this definition is given by the economist, that is, he is Professor Alfred Marshall. Clear? Now, according to him, economics, it is the study of man in the ordinary business of life. He inquire how businessman get his income, and how the income which is earned by the businessman is used. So according to him, economics is the study of man in the ordinary business activity ordinary business activities that how business man earn, or you can say get, his income, and how he use it. Clear? So according to him, it is the study of man in the ordinary business activity that how businessman get his income and how he is utilizing it. It means on the one side he is study of wealth, and on the other and more important side, that is he is studying of man. Study of man. So according to him, the main objective of economics is promotion of material welfare, which is the part of human welfare. Promote the material welfare, that is the part of human welfare. And because of this, he shifted his focus on wealth to welfare. That is clear? Next definition that I am going to make you understand, that is scarcity. Scarcity, and this definition is given by Professor Lionel Robin. According to Robin, he insists that economy, it is the science which study human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce, which means which have alternative use or uses. According to Robin, economics is the science which study human behavior as a relationship between and scarce, means which have alternative use. So according to Robin, he has introduced this definition in his book, An Essay on the Nature and Significance of Economic Science, that was published in 1932. As this definition can be used or can be understood with some point, that is first, unlimited human wants. That, as you know, the human wants are unlimited and it can never be fully satisfied. No sooner a want is satisfied, a new want emerges. As one want is going to be satisfied, the another is emerges. Next, scarcity of resource. As there is a limited of resource in comparison to its demand. So scarcity, that is a universal problem, and it is applied to all individual, all organization and all country, because every economy have limited resources. Alternative use. Resources are not only limited, not scarce, but also it can be used for different purpose. So people have to make choice among the resources for fulfilling their want, and which is more important want that should be satisfied with this limited resource which have alternative use. That is clear? Next, that I am going to tell you that scarcity is the root of all economic problem. Yes, whatever the problem that I have discussed with you, it is arise only because with the limited of resource in comparison to its demand. Obviously, when resources are not enough to satisfy all wants, the people have to make choice, and it will create the economic problem. The people have to make choice which needs and want he is going to satisfy first. Because of scarcity, it affects our daily life also, as we have to face the various problem in our daily life, and we have to fulfill with its limited resource, and all wants cannot be fulfilled. That is clear. Next, that is growth oriented definition, and it is to be given by Professor Samuelson. That is clear. According to him, economics is the study of how society choose to employ scarce productive resources which have or which could have alternative use to produce various commodities, and also how they are distribute among different group of people. According to Professor Samuelson, he said that economics, it is the study that how man or human being or society choose a limited resource which have alternative use for the production of various commodity over a period of time, and also distribute how they are distributing among the different group of people. As you know, rich person are also there, middle class, poor people, very poor. So different variety, different group of people, how they are going to distribute it after producing it. So according to him, it is the study how human beings are fulfilling their wants with its limited resource which have full alternative use for the production of goods and services, for the production of commodity, and also distribute among the different group of people. That is economic. So according to him, it is the study of society, how they are fulfilling their needs and want. And he said that it is a social science that is study the human behavior, how they are fulfilling their needs and want with limited resource, even which have alternative use for the production of goods and services, and also distribute how distribute them, these goods and services, among the different group of people. Clear? So these four economists have a different views regarding the economic subject that I have taught you. Now, in economy, two types of activities are there. These are first economic activities and second non-economic activities. Obviously, all human beings are engaged, busy in some type of activity for satisfying their basic needs. For example, farmers are busy in their field, workers are working in factory, teachers are teaching in schools, CA, these professionals are always busy in their profession, doctors, CA, lawyers. So everyone, they are busy in some activities for fulfilling their needs and want. So human activities are divided into two categories, economic and non-economic activity. So first I am going to make you understand economic activities. Economic activities are those activities which are undertaken to earn a living. Even I have made you understand, economic activities are those in which the people are engaged themselves to earn their livelihood is to be considered as economic activities. The main activities which is conducted in economic activities, these are three activities. That is, first is consumption. Consumption means any economic activities that deal with the use of goods and services for the satisfaction of human want. Consumption, it is an economic activity in which the people are consuming the goods and services for fulfilling for satisfying the human wants, like eating bread, drinking milk, wearing clothes, watches. These are consumption activity. Next activity, that is production. All the activities which are involved in the production of goods and services, which are under the control, undertake to produce goods and services for generating what? For generating income, and also for satisfying human wants. They are producing the goods. So that activity are to be considered as what? Production. And the production process, firstly the raw material is to be arranged, then it will be converted into finished good with the help of land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. With the help of these factor of production, they are able to convert the raw material into some finished product. ठीक है ना? The activity, in that activity, who are involved? These are, for example, farmers, carpenter, traders, teacher. They all are in the process of production. Clear? Next, that is distribution. Distribution under this activity that satisfy how income is generated and distributed among the factor of production. It is an activity in which whatever the income is generated, now how it is to be distributed among the factor of production, that activity is to be considered. Which is involved in this process, that is to be considered as distribution. Distribution means to determine how the total income which is generated from production process, how it will be distributed among land, labor and capital and even entrepreneur. Obviously it is to be distributed in the form of rent, wages, profit, etc. Clear? So these are the main activities of economy. One more activities which is to be conducted by a human being, that is non-economic activity. Non-economic activities. Those activities which are not concerned with creation of money are to be considered as, means those activities which is to be conducted or concerned with, which are not concerned or which are not conducted for creation of money or wealth are to be considered as non-economic activity. For example, housewife cooking food for her family, teacher teaching his own son, that is a part of charity, blood donation, moving to temple, church, praying to God. These all are to be considered as non-economic activities. That is clear to everyone? The chapter finished.